All right, it's 7:02. Let's start because I want to honor everybody that came on time. All right, so let me just put this in full screen mode. And again, I'm not going to be able to see anything that you put in the chat until we come to an end, until I lower this down. All right, so let's get started. This is Church and Facebook Marketing. All right, so before we start off, let me just tell you a little bit about me. My name is Quonda Renee, and I am the co-creator of I Need a Word. I say co-creator because it's God's platform, but He allowed me to be the one to start the page and to help it grow into a digital media network. I am an MBA graduate, and what I do for a living is I help pastors and leaders get exposure through digital marketing. So you can call me a digital marketing strategist, or you can call me a digital marketing consultant. My specialty is Facebook. I do other social media platforms, but I do specialize in Facebook. I learn, I study Facebook. I am an author of 10 Marketing Laws for Christian Entrepreneurs, and that book comes out in about 2 weeks. And I went from 0 to 2.7 million followers in under 2 years with no marketing budget, no money. For those who know my story, I started I Need a Word. I was broke. I didn't have any money. And the page just grew. It was divine, but the Lord also showed me marketing tips and marketing tactics. I've helped hundreds of pastors and leaders grow their social media following. I have over 10 years of marketing experience. Okay, so who is this webinar for? This webinar is for pastors, leaders, entrepreneurs, and anybody who wants to make an impact on social media. This is for you if you post on Facebook, but you don't get much traction. You don't know what to post. You don't know who your target audience is, and you want to serve, but you're not sure how to serve. If this sounds like you, then this definitely is for you. This webinar is not for you if you want to get 1 million followers overnight, if you don't have the mind to serve, and if you don't want to take the time out and invest in your own marketing. So to a quick overview, I say 40 minutes, but I think it's going to be done in 30 minutes. Basically, I broke it down into 3 parts. I'm going to talk about Facebook basics. I'm going to talk about the content, and I'm going to talk about community building and growing your following. All right, so let's get into the basics of Facebook. So I want to stress this part because I noticed like a lot of churches and ministries that I've seen, they don't know the difference between a friends page and a like page. A friends page is a page where you can have up to 5,000 friends, right? You don't have the ability to check data. You don't have the ability to check analytics. And I know a lot of people don't read the Facebook terms and services, but I since Facebook is my thing, like that's a part of my job, I have to read the terms and services. You are not allowed to promote and sell on your personal page. Some people post their Cash App. Some people post links to different things. It's against their terms and services. We get away with it for now, but there's going to become a time where you're not going to be able to get away with it. It's their platform, it's their rules. They have the right to do that. So if you are doing ministry, if you are doing any type of business transaction, and they consider anything where you're making money or you're sending people off of their website, they consider that a business transaction. So I always encourage my clients in the ministries. I tell you, get a like page because 1, you have an unlimited amount of followers. 2, you can separate your private life from your ministry page. Like let's say you on your personal Facebook page, you have friends and your family. You want to keep that separate from ministry. On the like page, you have the ability to check Facebook insights, check analytics. You can run ads. You could do business transactions and promote on a like page. So if you are operating from a friends page and you're doing business, I beg you to start a like page. I know a lot of people are comfortable with the friends page because that's where all your people are, but just because people are on your friends list doesn't mean that they are your target market. They are the people that would listen to your ministry, that are buy your stuff. The volume is going out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Because I'm getting text messages that you can't hear me. It says the volume is going out. Oh, God. It goes in and out. Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Everybody said they can hear me perfect. Okay, okay. Keita, maybe it's you. Everybody says they can hear me perfect. Okay. I'm sorry about that, y'all. All right, let's get back. Okay, somebody said the volume is loud and clear. Okay. That scared me. I'm like, I was rolling. All right, so I beg y'all, if you are operating from a friend's page and you're doing ministry, if you're asking people to sow into your ministry, if you're asking people to go to your website and buy a book, do it on a like page. I mean, we may be getting away with it right now, but trust and believe. Facebook sees. I'm telling y'all, Facebook sees. They're good. That's why they have an algorithm. That's why they have so many changes that they're making, because they see some of the janky stuff that's being done, not just in our community but in general. So if you one of those preachers or evangelists or something that's always telling people to sow into your ministry, you want to make sure you do it on a like page, because that's considered a business transaction. All right, so now I want to talk about what is your Facebook story. But let me clarify this. I know that when you think Facebook stories, you think of the little icon where you could add a 26-second video, or you think you can add the graphic, but that's not what I'm talking about, because I created this term Facebook story before they started Facebook stories. Your Facebook story is what you tell people on your page. When people come to your fan page, within 5 seconds, they should know what you are about. Within, especially your target market, the person that you know your ministry or your business is for, they should know within 5 seconds what you're about. I'm telling y'all, when I go to pages, and I know I'm not the only one, if I look at something and it don't look like I want to keep, if it don't look like something worth me going, I look at the profile pic, I look at that cover photo or that cover video, and that'll determine if I'm gonna keep scrolling or not. So Facebook gives us at least 3 pieces of real estate. I call it real estate. They give us your profile picture, your cover photo, and content. Right, so those are the areas we have to take advantage of, and this is where I see not a lot of ministries and businesses taking advantage of these areas. So I'm gonna show y'all some examples in a minute. All right, so this is Paula White, right? And I'm saying this, and this is no disrespect to her ministry, no disrespect to her marketing at all. But if I come on Paula White's page, right, I've never heard of her, I've never seen her before, right? Is this gonna make me want to scroll? It says officially Paula White Kane Facebook page, right? Now, if I never heard of her, I don't know if she's a preacher, I don't know if she's a woman of God, I don't care about her website, I don't care about her Twitter, I don't care about her Instagram, because this doesn't speak to me. What would make me want to scroll, right? So that's what we have to learn, how to create the Facebook cover photo or cover video. We have to make it so that it speaks to who we want to reach. It talks about who we are, but it speaks and gets the attention of who it's for. So right here, she has her name, which is fine. She has her picture, but right here, it doesn't speak. I don't think I would be her target market. I wouldn't keep scrolling because it doesn't speak to me. It doesn't make me want to say, oh, I wonder what she posts. I wonder what she's about. So within 5 seconds, if you're looking at somebody's page, y'all, or people are looking at your page, this part up here is determining whether or not they're going to continue to scroll. All right, so now let's look at Steve Furtick, right? All right, so let's imagine that Steve Furtick just has the picture in the cover photo area, but he doesn't have the writing, right? All right, I'm already intrigued because I see it's a man smiling, he's looking at people, right? So then in them 5 seconds, I know that he does some type of talking or he does something with engagement, right? And so the text just adds a little flair to it. It says strengthening your core leadership development from Pastor Steve Furtick. Now, if I'm a leader, that's gonna make me want to scroll, right? Because it's for me. It calls me out. It says leadership development. It calls me out, and it's gonna make me want to scroll. So when you're doing your Facebook story, the story that you tell, you want to make sure it's speaking to your target audience. You want to make sure it's representing who you are and who your ministry is. So you remember this. You have 5 seconds. 5 seconds to get somebody's attention, 5 seconds before they're distracted, 5 seconds before they click off. You have to speak exactly to who you want to reach. So the point of this is you want to say who you are and make that connection with the person or the people that you want to reach. So Steve Furtick says, he's Steve Furtick, right? He says that he does leadership development. He says that, right? And if somebody's into leadership, that's speaking to them. So that's what we have to do. We have to be able to speak to the people, speak to who we want to reach within 5 seconds of them interacting with our page and coming on that page. Because this is determining if they're going to keep scrolling. This is determining if they're going to keep being more interested in what you have to offer. And even for businesses and companies, if you sell jewelry or something like that, you should have a picture of someone wearing your jewelry, maybe saying like a tagline, something that would speak to your target audience, speak to your target market. Okay, so now I want to get into content because I know this is a area of struggle for a lot of people. So Facebook allows us to have we can post all different types of content. You can post just text, you can post pictures, you can take some content from your blogs, you can share other people's content. And let me just do a little plug on that. You have to be very careful with sharing other people's content. If you're sharing something that's already on Facebook, that's one thing, but taking somebody else's stuff, you have to be very, very, very careful with that because of copyright issues. You have the opportunity to share videos, you can share quotes, you could share stuff from your podcast, you could share memes, gifts, you can ask questions, you could do quizzes, you could do prayers. There's a limited amount of content that you can share via Facebook. It's just a matter of now what to share. So conversation starters, I always tell my clients and pastors and leaders, you have to do things that get people to talk. I don't see a lot of ministries asking, how was your day? I don't see ministries asking, what's your prayer request? You got to remember, we are online to serve. People connect with you, will engage with your content if you are serving them. So I gave some examples. Who's your favorite what's your favorite book in the Bible? Who's your favorite Bible character? Ask people what are they struggling with. Ask people what type of food they like. You know, people like to build relationships with people that they could relate to or that they see that people care. Do Bible trivia. I don't see a lot of that going on social media. And this is an example or some examples that we've done on I Need a Word. We've asked, have you forgiven everyone who hurt you? And they could respond with the yes or a no using the reactions. But people always take it a step further and they comment. You know, when people comment, that creates engagement, right? So then that makes Facebook smile. Facebook has an algorithm, right? And to please that algorithm, they want to know, are people interacting with your stuff? So sometimes you could see things that went viral is because people created an atmosphere of engagement, and Facebook was like, okay, well, you engaged them. Let me see if sister such and such likes this. Let me show more people this because you did engagement. So think about that when you're creating content. Do things that create conversations. And I've been telling people, I'm like, we need more prayer on Facebook. Even if you do 1-minute prayers, you just record 60 seconds of you just saying a prayer. People need prayer. That's like the number one thing we get inboxed on I Need a Word is people need prayer. And I think I've been seeing a lot of people like Dr. Alexis and Devon Franklin. They have been going like pretty much viral because they're doing what no one's doing. People are not praying. So if you have a ministry and prayer is like your specialty, definitely record some prayers and start uploading them once or twice a week or something like that. It will create engagement because people need prayer. So when you're creating content, you want to operate from a place of serving. You want to make it less about you and more about the people that you want to serve, more about the community that you're trying to build, right? So I always tell people you have to be the solution. Let's say I have a jewelry business, right? I need to position myself as a jewelry expert. I don't need to just post, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. I need to come on there and I need to tell them the difference between silver and gold. I need to tell them how to care for your jewelry, which metals to stay away from. You want to position yourself as an expert. You want to serve. I live by 80-20 rule. 80% of everything I post on I Need a Word is serving somebody else. Before I ever ask them to go to my website, before I ever ask them to go buy something from me, I'm giving them value. So that's what you want to do. So if you post 10 posts a week, 8 of them, you should be serving. You should be serving. You should be doing the conversation starters. You should be giving wisdom. You should be giving knowledge. If your specialty is the supernatural, or your specialty is like dreams, do little teachings on dreams. Give some advice on the prophetic and how you can hear from God. Whatever your niche is, you have to be the expert in that niche and serve, even if you don't feel like the expert, right? People don't know that because you just coming on and you're delivering every day. You're showing up. And a lot of the content that we have already, you could just reuse it. Like a lot of my clients, they send me their sermon notes, right? And I just take different things out of their sermon notes and turn them into graphics. I'll transcribe videos for them and put it on their blog. There's things you probably posted weeks or months ago on Facebook. People don't remember it. You could tweak it a little bit and repost it, especially if you know it's good content. So don't be afraid to reuse what you already have. Okay, so now I want to get into community building and growing your following. All right, so the key to growing your following, right, is to know who you want to reach. And I think this is probably like the hardest part because people don't want to take the time out to learn who's their market, who are they for, right? So you have to know who do you want to reach. You have to know who your content is for, who your preaching style is for. Just because somebody likes a TD Jakes doesn't mean they're going to like a Joel Osteen, right? Just because somebody likes a Steve Furtick doesn't mean they're going to like a Paula White. So you are called to a specific people. It's just a matter of finding out who those people are. I Need a Word has 2.7 million followers. You think those people are my target audience? No, not all of them, not even a huge percentage of them. I know I've learned through research. I've learned through surveys. I've learned through just asking questions who my target audience is. I know that she's a woman who's struggling with her faith. She believes in God. She's going to be the one that's going to watch 80% of my content, right? She's going to be the one that if I have a shirt for sale, she's going to buy it. She's going to be the one that if I have a conference, she's going to come. So that's what you have to think about. You have to figure out who is my target audience. I know that I get this very, very often in ministry or with my clients is I want to serve everybody. And that sounds like, that just sounds like so great from a spiritual standpoint, right? We want to reach the world. But from a marketing and social media standpoint, it doesn't make sense because everybody's not going to be attracted to your preaching. Everybody's not going to be attracted to your ministry. You have to figure out who likes your style of preaching. Is it a single woman? Is it millennials? Is it baby boomers? You know what I mean? Are you more of a controversial preacher? So you just have those things take time, and that's where people don't like to do the research, but it takes time. And one thing I used to do, I'm not going to recommend y'all do it, but I'm going to tell y'all. So some of the posts that I saw did very, very well on I Need a Word, I would look at the people, go to their pages and look at their page and just to see what else did they share, what else did they like. So I'm not going to say I was stalking, but I was just looking, I was lurking a little bit just to understand who she was. And that's how I find out a lot about who my target audience is. I went to her page and I saw, okay, she shares Christian t-shirts. So maybe if I do a shirt, let's see if she's going to buy it, right? She likes Mary. So maybe if I find something that with Mary on and see how she reacts to it. So that's probably like an extreme measure, but like just surveying people and asking them questions, asking the people who's like attached to your page now, ask them different questions. What kind of content are you looking for? What do you wish was on social media more? How can I serve you? Think about too, if you're a pastor, what are some of the questions you get asked on a daily basis? Hold on one second, y'all. What are some of the questions you get asked on a daily basis at church? And take some of those questions, right? Post them, right? And then give your feedback, give your answer to them. There's a lot of groups and forums and stuff on the internet, and you'll be surprised how many people are asking questions, how many people want to know more about God, how many people want to know more about the Bible. If you're a Bible scholar and you're an expert in a certain area, you need to get on some of those forums, you need to get in some of those groups and just dialogue and have conversation. People will see you as an expert and people will start following you. People will want to know more about you because they saw how you can answer the questions. So we kind of talked about this a little bit. How do I find out who my target market is? You do research, right? You can look at people profiles. You can do surveys. You can ask questions. You look at your analytics too. That's why I always stress the importance of a Facebook like page, because your analytics it show you where the people are from. It show you which posts get the most engagement, and like I Need a Word's biggest audience is New York. I would have never knew that if I didn't have Facebook analytics, right? So that's why I always tell people, if you operate from a like page, you'll be able to find out more about who your person is, who your guy is, who your woman is. Are they millennials or baby boomers? Like, who's engaging with your content more? So you want to make sure you create posts, right, that create engagement. You want to ask questions. You want to get people talking. You want to get people involved. You want to think about, when you're making content too, who will share my content? What will make people share my content? Think about you when you're on social media and you share something, right? What makes you share that post? What makes you share that video? You want to think about stuff like that when you're creating your content. And when we get into questions, if y'all want me to be more specific about content, I will definitely answer. But this is from I'm So Blessed daily page, right? It's just a simple graphic, y'all. It's a simple graphic, right? It's just the Bible open and some wording. Everything you need in this life is found in the Word of God. How simple is that? Like, any of us probably can go on one of them graphic sites and make that, right? That post has 9,000 likes and 3.5 thousand shares. That's simple. That's simple because they know who they want to reach. They know their audience, right? And it has 320 comments. So Facebook is going to show that to more people because they see that, okay, 3,000 people, they shared this. This must be something good. Let me reward this page. You know, we got to make Facebook smile a little bit. Let me reward this page by showing it to more people. Okay, so I know a lot of people want to know, well, how do I grow my following? How do I build my community? Well, we talked about you have to know who you want to serve. So once you know who you want to serve, once you know who your target market is, you go into places like groups and like-minded communities, right? And you share your expertise. You don't go in there and you spam and just give them and just like, here's my stuff. No, you go in there, you be an expert, and you also look at the rules of those communities, because some of them, there's like thousands of Christian groups on Facebook. And some of them allow you to share your content. There's people in there asking questions. You can go on there and you could share. You can answer questions. You could share about the prophetic. You could share about the supernatural. You just want to make sure it's a community with like-minded people. You go in there, you share your content, you go in there, you give your expertise, and it slowly builds your following. I know a lot now we see everybody in groups and all they do is share. But no, it doesn't work like that. You have to create a relationship. You have to give to be. When people feel like you're coming in a group and you're sharing valuable information and you're giving, they're going to share your content. That has happened for me. When I first started I Need a Word, I would go in some groups and I would just share like different quotes and stuff like that. And people liked it. They start sharing it. Then eventually they would follow the page. And another way to help grow your following, this is for more people who probably want to invest and who probably want to grow a little faster. You connect with influencers. You connect with people who have people that would be your target audience, and they share your stuff. I mean, most of them, you probably have to pay or do some type of share for share type of thing. But yeah, definitely connecting with influencers, connecting with people who already have the audience that you want to reach. Different companies do that all the time. I'm trying to think of a Christian company that does it. I know Shade Room. Shade Room's not Christian, but I know they do. They do shares. And and I think some of the Christian comedians, they do that as well. So you just have to do some research and just kind of find out if you want to connect with influencers. There might be some type of platform too you can join where it just connects you with influencers. And let me see what time we're at. Oh, we almost at 7:30. Okay. But you know what? I think what we should do is do questions because I know a lot of people came for the questions. So hopefully everybody heard something. Okay. So if y'all have questions, put them in the thing. Let me stop sharing my screen. If you have questions, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And if you could still hear me, let me know. Is the analytics easy to read? Yeah, some of them are plain and simple. Like it would say city, you could click like followers. I'm visual, so I have to see it, but you can click like followers and it'll tell you like all the cities that people are from, all the countries that people are from. Is it worth to pay for Facebook ads? Facebook ads are very, very tricky. There's some people that do like $1 or $2 a day, but they have to be very, very targeted because if they're not targeted, you'll just be wasting money. Um, Definitely don't pay for likes. Don't buy likes. I have a couple clients who purchase likes and their engagement is horrible. It's horrible because Facebook sees that type of stuff. Facebook sees that you are a U.S. ministry or you a U.S. company and you got 50,000 people from Philippines. They know something's up with that. Business pages and like pages are the same thing. As long as it's not your friends, your personal friends page. I always tell people to stay away from that because you're not supposed to do business transactions on your personal page. I'm trying to see, did I miss questions? If y'all have questions, let me know, because I know a lot of people came for the questions. Anything that you want me to go more in depth with? I hope I see all the questions. How do you know which content is okay to reshare? If it's already on Facebook and it's like public, you can reshare it. Is that what you mean? Like if it's already out there, you can reshare it. You can't go on other people's Facebook and copy their post. I know a lot of people do it, but just trust me, Facebook they're watching. How do I know which groups to share in? What type of ministry do you have? Because there's thousands of groups, y'all. There is thousands. I got a list of groups. I should have been prepared and to drop some in the chat. You know what? If y'all want me to, I can go to my my Dropbox. Oh no, it's going so fast. So the groups kind of depend because everybody has rules in their group. So you have to make sure it's a group where you know the rules. Some of the huge Christian groups, they have like millions of people in there. Those might be too cluttered to get into. Doing a promotion, like just advertising something. If you're doing a promotion that's advertising something, you can do that. I mean, it's kind of a pay-to-play platform now, so they want you to spend more money. But there are ways to getting around paying if you have the right content. And I tell people the key to going viral is just getting your content in front of the right people that's going to share, the right people that's going to comment. So that's why it's important to know who it is that you want to reach, who your ministry is called to. Some of this is going to come through trial and error. We're faith-based, but our page is geared towards women. Okay, so you know what? When your page is geared towards women, you want to make sure you got girly types of font, right? You want to make sure you got women types of pictures that's going to speak to women. Anybody could like your page, but if you're specifically speaking to women, then you need to specifically speak to women. Think about what are women struggling with in their faith, right? Think about what they're struggling with in their day-to-day life. Do y'all want me to get some of them groups and put them in the chat? What do you use to create simple graphics? Well, this one was created for me, but Canva, when I first started out and I couldn't hire a graphic person, I use Canva because it was just plain and simple. I'll put that in the chat, canva.com. I use that, but there's so many more. I have a business for ex-prisoners and drug addicts, but I also preach, should I make 2 pages or just keep it one? That's a good question. Does your business involve preaching? If your business involves preaching, then you can make it one because you can speak to them through your preaching. But if it's just more drug addiction based, then you can make it separate. We would like to advertise on I Need a Word. Okay, I can send you. I can put the link. I can put the link in the comments. Sorry, these comments. I love Canva. Yeah, Canva is very, very, very easy to use. Canva is very. Oh, this is private. Hold up. I'm putting stuff in the chat and no one can see it. My bad. Canva is very, very easy to use. Like if you're just getting out, the templates is already there. It's just a matter of finding what colors and what things work for you and just posting it and just using, like, they even have the stock photos. You can pay like $1 for some of them. I'm trying to see all the questions. I see somebody has a hand raised, but I don't know really how to work the chat. So if any of my team in the chat, let me know the questions that you're getting. Let me know the questions. So any hold up, how do I share live from my band page to my personal page one more time? All you do is go to you go to wherever the live is and you click share, and then it's just say your timeline. You just share it on your timeline to your personal page. How can you do what is a business? Social media management? Poster my wall is good too. Yeah, I think I might have used that one time. To manage social media, you probably would have to create a graphic that offers your services and reach out to different churches in your area. If you want to do churches or do you want to do businesses, you might have to just think if you're doing like local businesses. A lot of them local pages, a lot of the local companies, they don't even really do social media like that. So you can look online and say, okay, this person is 5 miles from me. Let me call them up and say, hey, I want to know, are you guys interested in social media management? I've heard a lot of people do that, and they've gotten clients from just calling up random people in their local area. How do we do quizzes? Quizzes like the BuzzFeed quizzes. There's a website called tryinteract.com. You can I think you just plug in the quizzes. Do you think groups are effective? I don't know if they're what do you mean group, as in sharing in the groups or having your own group? Let me say that before I get my input. Tryinteract.com is, you can do quizzes there. I have that account there. I haven't been using it. I've been with coaches who speak. You feel like people can't afford your services? I always say when people can't afford your services, they may not be your client. They may not be your client. I always say if people can't afford you, they may not be your client. But it depends who you want your client to be. Because there's somebody out there that can afford you. There's definitely somebody out there that could afford you. Having a group. I mean, it has worked for a lot of people that I know having a group. Some people use that as a way to trickle people into their funnel. I just don't know if a group for I Need a Word would be effective, because I feel like it would just be so chaotic with all that's going on. But I know people with businesses and companies and stuff, they have groups and they use that as the group is just like the face where they use people. They get anybody to join. They share a little bit of such and such. But if you want the nuts and bolts, you have to pay for their services. So some people use groups as just a way to kind of funnel people in. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Do y'all want me to get some of the group names? I'll have to look in Dropbox and get them. Okay, hold on. Give me about 2 seconds. Y'all can still type the question, but let me go in Dropbox and see. Hopefully I could find it. Is it Dropbox? Yeah, it should be Dropbox. I had a list of different groups. Now, mind you, y'all, I want y'all to do y'all research and check the groups out. Don't go in there just spamming them. Don't go in there. You get kicked out. Don't go in there just spam them. Go in there and be an expert. Go in there and share good stuff. Share good quality content. All right, let's see. Groups. Oh, I thought we had a list. Let's see. Let's try this one. Oh, wait. I think this is it. Let's see. Let's see. All right, just give me a second to open it up. I'm gonna try to copy and paste some of them. And I think we compiled this group list like a while ago, not too long ago, but like probably sometime last year. So things might have changed. So just look through them and do some research. Look through them and do some research. All right, let me see. And some of these you guys are probably already in. All right, here is, oh, come on. So don't go in there and spam, right? You're gonna go in there and you're gonna be the expert. Check it out to see if it's possible for you to even share stuff in the groups. Because some people have been, hold up. Can you share, oh, that's the list. Oh wait, did I do it privately again? Oh, Keita, did I do that privately? If I did it privately, can you copy and paste it? Did y'all see the groups or did I do it privately? I don't know why it keeps adjusting to it. Hold on, let me try it again. Let's try it again. I gotta scroll back up till I saw it. All right, so just copy and paste those groups and then look them up and see if there's something that your audience, the people that you want to serve is in. Can you recommend some cost-effective resources that sell stock photos? What's the name of the company I use? I think I pay like $20-something a month. Hold on, let me look it up. I think it's called, what is it called? Is it called stock photos? It's called stock something. You know what? I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't remember. But there's one, it's something stock. I think I pay like $30 a month, and like you get like a certain amount of pictures a month. Do you need to register the name of your page? What do you mean register with your city? You don't see the list, Michael? I think you might have to scroll up. I think I did it right. It says to all. Oh wait, no, I did it wrong again, y'all. Sorry. All attendees. My bad. All right, there's the list. Okay, I put the list again. It's probably gonna come as one big bulk. Oh wait. The quiz website is tryinteract.com. I'll post that again too. Tryinteract. Did y'all see the those are create quizzes like the BuzzFeed type of quiz. You know those quizzes that go viral? Those are I posted it again. Did y'all see the groups? Okay. There's so much confidence. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's so much to Facebook marketing and all of that that you can't really even cover it in an hour or half an hour or whatever. It's a lot of this stuff y'all just gonna have to learn through trial and error or working with somebody that specializes in it. Let me see, did I miss a question? I think I did. Do you need to register the name of your page? What do you mean, in your city, or what's a good amount of daily growth? I know it doesn't happen overnight. It depends. It depends what are your efforts for promoting and getting the word out of there. I mean, because I've seen people grow like maybe 20 to 30 likes a week, and then I've seen people grow thousands a week. So I think it depends on what are your marketing efforts, what are you doing to grow, and you want to make sure you're growing the right way. You want to make sure you're targeting your people. You know what I mean? Like especially if you have products that you eventually want to sell, you want to make sure you don't sell an American product, but you got 1,000 Filipino people on your page. So you got to figure out who you want to serve, who you want to target, who you want to serve, and then just serve them. You know what I mean? Then even like when you're creating products and stuff, ask the people that's following you, what do you think about this, A or B? Do you think I should add some type of thing? Do you need to copyright the name of your page? That depends on you. I had to because people were stealing my logo. People were creating things and trying to get money from people. So I had to copyright the name of my page. If that's going to be something Is there a long waiting period? I mean, I'm about to go on vacation, so it might be a couple weeks out. When did you reach out? If you reach out in like the I need a word messenger inbox, it's so much there. If you go through that link and fill out the information, you'll probably get a faster response, probably within maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But sometimes it's like so many. So, and then we have to kind of vet people to make sure it's good for our platform. So just because you fill out the information doesn't mean you're automatically going to get played on Anywhere. We go through and do like a check to make sure there's no scandals with your name on it. There's nothing crazy going out there, just to protect what God is trying to do. But yeah, back to the copyright, it depends on you. If you're trying to do something that's way bigger than Facebook and you know that people might try to steal your name, I would say, yeah, go ahead and copyright it. Let me see how we're doing on time. Oh, we got a good about 20 something minutes. Is there, oh, for a blog to advertise? I don't remember that. A blog to advertise. I don't remember that. You might have to send it again because I don't remember ever seeing that. That's okay that you're late. You can watch the replay. We're just asking questions now. So if you want to, if you got any social media, well, I'm gonna stick to Facebook marketing questions. You can ask them. Advertise a blog. I'm sorry, I don't remember that. Send it again because I don't remember seeing that. Sometimes, you know, so much comes in and it might have just slipped through the cracks. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shay. Is there a way to convert a page to a group to a page? They used to have that capability. I don't think they have it anymore. I don't think they have it. I think you're gonna have to just tell people we're switching. I'm gonna need y'all to come over to this page. I don't think they have that capability anymore. Google it or something like that. Do you have to Facebook Live to get likes? No, Facebook Live helps in the terms of people gets to see you in action. But if you want your Facebook Live to kind of grow and be seen by more people, the likes definitely help. Oh, you can merge the two pages? Okay, so they still allow you to do that. Okay. But yeah, I wasn't sure because I remember seeing that one time it was going away and how do you copyright your name? Oh, it was your name. Maybe nobody probably, was it a common name? Because nobody might not steal your name. You might be good. What's the best time to do Facebook Live? Well, that's dependent on who you have following you. You want to look in your analytics to see what time your people are online. And I've heard like some of the industry people with Facebook, they say that because Facebook has an algorithm, the time of day does not really matter. So it's kind of twofold. Some people say the time of day that you post doesn't matter. And then I always say, look at your analytics because it shows you, all right, at 3 p.m., I have this many people online. At 6 p.m., this many people online. So I always go and look at that. Wait, it says, I missed something you said. Were you saying that people can submit a crest to have your church recognized? Oh, no, somebody asked about advertising on I Need a Word. Is that what you meant? If you're trying to advertise on I Need a Word, we posted the link in the thing. What resources do you use to stay up on Facebook changes? I follow Mari Smith. I'm gonna type her in the comments. I follow all the Facebook gurus. Anybody that know about Facebook, that live, breathe, eat Facebook. I follow people in Facebook marketing industry. Mari Smith is one I follow. Rachel Miller is another one. Rachel Miller, she had me on her platform not too long ago. Are you still accepting writers for blogging? Yeah, we are. I have to look up the link for the blog. Those are two people I follow, and I think there's a guy. I'm trying to think of his name. There's another guy, and then you got to go to Facebook. Their press release and just they put press releases out. But if like you're not into the whole marketing jargon, then it ain't gonna be for you. But that's for somebody that's like a social media manager, somebody that does marketing. Follow Mari Smith, Rachel Miller. There's another Rachel Peterson. She's another guru. I don't know if she spells it with the E or O. But Those people are some good people to follow for industry. Are you accepting writer? Let me see the link for the blog if somebody wants to be on the blog. And what is it? It is I need a word.org. Y'all, I don't even know my own stuff. I think Write for Us. Yeah, Write for Us. Let me put it in the chat. That's if you want to blog. The name was M. Woolley. Oh, that's my virtual assistant. So she responded back to you? Oh, so that if you're doing a blog, that's not really advertising. That's writing for I Need a Word. Is that what you're saying? When is the best time to advertise a conference? Whew, Jesus. Y'all know I just had a conference, right? When is your conference? Because you want to keep that momentum going for a long time. When is your conference? Tell me when your conference is. I think I planned my 1 year in advance. Yeah, I didn't do I didn't do 1 year in advance, and I should have, but it worked out. Do you provide marketing consultation? I do consultation. February 2020. I would start getting the word out probably by end of summer. Because everybody has like fall conferences, so you want to start getting the word out. See if you're doing registration, you want to start trying to sell a little bit of tickets. My problem is hard. Sorry, y'all. This comments are going fast. Let me try to scroll up. You feel like you can't charge. Hold up. For my gift that God's blessing me. Okay, so that might be like a mindset thing. Because if you're a coach, if you are a doctor, a lawyer, all those people are gifted and they still charge, right? So it might just be a mindset thing. Okay, so that was the blog. Okay, so the blog it might take a little bit longer because since we posted that, we've been getting so many in. But what's the name? I'll tell Ann Woolley to look it up. But for advertising, that's a different thing. By planning 1 year in advance, different strategy. Yeah, if you want to do the early bird. How are you advertising? You doing like radio? Or you doing just social media? You're doing local advertisements? Yeah, because some people, when they advertise conferences with I Need a Word, some of them are doing it like six months. How did you transition from posting video? Well, it wasn't always free. What I used to do is I had a segment on certain days we would do free, but it became so overwhelming. And then I had so many clients coming in that wanted to pay that I didn't really have to do the free as much. The free was demanding. Like I couldn't keep up with demand. We were getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. I couldn't keep up with it. So it just made it more exclusive. Okay, if you're my client, then you're going to be on my page. Do you provide marketing consultation? I do consults. I have to get my link. You want to build a following. Okay, so do it separate from your friend page. Because you want your friend's page and your personal page just to be personable. Maybe that's just me. I can't put that on nobody. For the blog, let me put it up again. You want it to be kind of, I don't know, I like to keep my family and friends in one thing, and I like to keep my the business and I Need a Word and those followers separate. I mean, I got people from I Need a Word that follow me, but certain stuff I want to, like, I like to laugh and joke. I'm not going to do that on I Need a Word. On my personal page, you might see jokes. All right. And Woolley, if you're on here, look up KOR Ministries for blog. If you're still on here. If not, I got to copy your name. She says she can't see the things. Okay, let me copy and paste this real quick. I think I missed a couple questions. Let me scroll back up. It keeps going fast. Oh, don't worry about the typos. But like I was saying, it wasn't always free. It's just I offered. It helped me build community to offer a free service, and everybody wasn't chosen. That's another thing. When I first started out, I was just kind of putting everybody up there, and the Lord had to check me, like, this platform isn't for everybody. So that's kind of why I had to stop doing that too, because I would, people would send it, and then like I would feel bad if I didn't post it, and that's not what the Lord wants to do with the platform. And then and this is the thing with the people on I Need a Word. If they don't like your stuff, they're gonna tell you. And I try not to hurt people's feelings. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any more questions? Any more questions? So, Ann Willie, I don't know if you're still on here, but if you can look up KOR Ministries for blogging and let me know. Thank you. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I did it justice. Hope I did. I told you it's just so much to this that you can't even get it out in an hour. My church videotapes our Sunday morning service for our TV. How can we adapt so that we can do Facebook Live service? Music. Whew, Facebook is trying to work with the music industry. The music industry is moving kind of slow in terms of music. I think if Facebook allowed people to post other people's music and then like gave the person credit or some type of link back, I think that would help the people in the music industry out. So hold up, let me go back to your question. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the consultation link. What service are you using for your Facebook Live? Because I know a lot of different churches use different platforms. So you might have to, like, some use apps outside of Facebook Live and stream it. And some, if they're techie, they know how to just do it, just to run it. But you have to be careful with the music. I mean, when the music is live and it's not like the track of the artist, you could get away with it for a little while, but they're about to do something about that. Where people put, I don't own the rights to this, that's about to come to a stop. That's about to come to a stop. That's why I said people think Facebook is just, they're not saying nothing now, but they know. Good editing software. I used to use, cause I'm not a techie. Wonder, I think it's called Wonder. Is it called Wonder? Filmora. I used to use Filmora. Let me put that in the comments. I used to use Filmora when I was doing it. When I had time to edit videos, I was doing Filmora. I do Facebook Live, but want to edit and do cuts. That's a good idea. After you do a Facebook Live, download the video, right? Download the video and just take out different parts and put those. You could use that as content. That's a good idea. Even some of the sermons that some of the preachers preach. Take some of your sermons and cut them a little bit. Oh, you're talking about it. Okay. Well, that's going to be dependent on the equipment that you have. Because if you have a certain kind of equipment, you can get, there's a bunch of, I think Live Broadcaster was one that one of my clients used to use. And that it was like a little equipment they got. I think they hook it up and then like it goes live. Live Broadcaster, I think it was called. Okay, so yeah, definitely. I think streaming is good. I think a lot of people do it on Sundays. I would like to see more Bible studies on Facebook. I would like to see more Bible studies. Like, and talking about good Bible messages. Okay, that's good. You do Bible study. Good. Because people need it. Because people don't always be able to get out to their local Bible study, but they're on Facebook though. They're on Facebook. All right, let me get the link. Somebody asked me about the link for my Acuity. Okay, I got more questions. I got a couple more minutes. I'll keep answering them if I can. I will keep answering them. Let's see, my consultation link is here. All right, copy. All right. Oh, I was supposed to come back on the screen. Let me see. That's my consultation link. Do you schedule posts for the week or the month? My assistant does it like a couple weeks out. It depends on what our clients are sending to us. It depends on what our clients are sending to us. And some of my clients, like some of the clients that I have to watch their sermon videos, right? So Monday, like today, would be a day I'm watching sermon videos, and I got to go find content that I think will work for their audience, and what I can put on for work for my audience as well. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that I Need a Word does services for clients. We create videos for clients. We do graphics. We do all of that. I just don't promote it publicly because we sometimes we get overwhelmed with the clients that we have. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more about like something I mentioned in a webinar that I didn't really get into that you want to know a little bit more about? Okay, I get it now. It's like 3 to 6 months in advance for certain advertising. Depends on what you're advertising. This is helping me. Thank you, Shantae. 3 to 6 months in advance for certain type. It depends on what you're advertising. I don't really understand your question. Like Impact Network. I don't watch any other network except I Need a Word. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think we're as busy as that. It just depends on like a lot of people are attracted to doing live stream. A lot of people are attracted to doing live stream. That's booked out further because so many people want to do it. And that requires me to vet a lot more. I told you I can't play any and everybody on I Need a Word. So I gotta go research and make sure you're not a part of any scandals or anything that's controversial, or you're not out here just scamming people for money. I have to vet everybody. I'm just teasing y'all. I'm just teasing about the watching other networks. I'm just teasing. Can you forward a book? Me? I don't know. Nobody ever asked me that. Understanding. Yeah, Cash App business transaction. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. You just tread lightly when you're posting on your personal page. Tread lightly. I mean, it's one thing you asking your family, I guess, to post for Cash App, but like when it's like a business hustle, I'll have to read the book to know if I can endorse it. I don't know if I'm the greatest candidate for that. Are you hiring? Y'all, I hope so soon. Hope so soon. Do I have internships? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I need somebody here in Atlanta. Do you use Cash? You know what? I don't like Cash App. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Cash App, but some of my clients prefer Cash App. And so with them, I do it for them, but I'm not big on Cash App. I like to have an invoice. I like to be able to see it, like you know, that Cash App history is one thing, but I like an invoice so we can go back, and if it needs to be debated. I have 9 books, and is it good to sell on my page? You can sell your books, but what you got to do is you got to build the hype around the books, right? You got to take content from the books and start teasing people with it. You got to start positioning yourself. Like, what is your book about? Position yourself as an expert in whatever that book is about and start sharing knowledge. That'll intrigue people to want to buy from you. You just come out and post and just say, buy me, buy me, buy me. That's going to turn people off. That's going to turn people off. I remember we have to serve, we have to serve, we have to serve. All right, any more questions? I need to eat dinner, sleep. Any more questions before we say goodnight? I thank y'all again for putting up with me for an hour. Okay, I understand. Okay. Okay. All right, last call for questions. Hopefully I ain't missed them. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. God bless y'all. You're welcome. Will you do more of these in the future? Do y'all think it's needed? I don't like to go, I don't like to share or do nothing if it's not needed. If you think it's needed, then maybe. Yeah, instead of, I mean, PayPal, I use that primarily. You're so sweet and humble. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but I think with people, just Cash App is just easier for people. Different segments. Okay. Okay. We'll see how my schedule permits. You're welcome, Pastor. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We'll see how my schedule permits. I'm starting people starting to book me to come to their church now. Child, you had a whole waiting list. I did, and not a lot of, and out of the 200 people, that's no only like 30 or something y'all showed up. But it's okay because everybody gonna want that recording. I did. I had 200 people show up. I mean, 200 people sign up. What's their favorite scripture? Okay. All right, good people. Well, I'll talk to y'all soon. If you have any more questions that I didn't answer, yeah, people sign up when it's free, definitely. So I'm definitely going to make sure that hopefully this recorded successfully so I can send them the replay. But if you have any questions, you can email me about if it's specific to the webinar or something like that. Things to think about and share with my IT community. Yeah. Let me put my email. Just put webinar in the subject line if you do decide to email me. Because sometimes the emails are just all over the place. You're welcome. Thank you, Pastor, for being here. All right, so that's the email. If you have any more questions, I know sometimes people don't want to ask publicly. So just put webinar in the subject line and I will try my best to answer your questions. All right, let me stop this recording.